Good morning, all. My dear students, I am Sajeesh sir, your English sir come class teacher. How are you all? How did you spend your holidays? I know that you might have got some problems. Why? Because of this COVID-19. During this period, you might not have got a chance to go outside and play with your friends, but whatever it may be, you must have enjoyed these holidays with your family. This is what a golden opportunity we got to spend most of our time with our own family members, because we were not allowed to go outside. You stayed with your mother, father, sisters, brothers, and all. And also, we never experienced such a moments inside our home. Why? Because father may not be at home, others may not be there at home, but whatever it may be, this time gave us such an opportunity. Okay? So as you know, because of this COVID-19, we are not able to reopen our school physically, but we are going to reopen our school virtually, which means by the use of technology. We are coming to your home, we are coming to your dining hall, and we are teaching from school, but you can see it from your home. So before going to the lesson, I would like to talk you something as a class teacher, because you are in 10th standard. It is very important in your life. It is a turning point in your life. Then you and your parents will have some worries, or you will be worried about something. What are those worries? Whether I can score maximum mark in the examination, whether I can make my dream true. Because of this online classes, you will have some doubts in your mind. You may not be able to clear it directly from the teacher, and if it is going like this, how can I clear my doubts? How can I catch all these lessons? And such many questions will be there in your mind, not only in your mind, but also in your parents' mind. So as a class teacher, I tell you, no need of such worries. We will overcome all those problems. This is only for a short period. For a time being, we are going to take these classes virtually. Within a short time, we will overcome these all problems, and you will be able to come to school, and all will be as usual. Okay? So we are going to the English textbook. So as you know, we have two parts of English textbook. First part contains 3 units, and second part contains 2 units. Total 5 units. You will get the first part textbook. You may have that all textbook with you, or you can take the PDF and take photostat and keep with you for my lesson. Okay, so I will give you an idea about this first 3 units. First 3 units named as Glimpses of Green, The Frames, The Lore of Values. The first unit, Glimpses of Green. What is meant by the green color? Yes, it is meant, or it is referring to the nature. So we have 2 lessons and 1 poem in that first unit, which is related to nature. Then second unit, the frames. The frames, what can we see this frame? Frame is related with the cinema. So the second unit discusses the cinema industry, about a director and his experience, and one cinema, a small part of a cinema is given there in that second lesson. And the third, we have a poem. And third unit, the lore of values. From that term itself you can understand values. It is discussing about values. Man must have values in his life, otherwise he will become wild. He will be as same as wild creatures. So that third unit discussing about the values in our life. Okay, so we are going to the first unit, first lesson. The first lesson is named as Adventures in a Banyan Tree, which is written by Ruskin Bond. Before going to the lesson, as you know, we have to discuss the profile of Ruskin Bond. So I will show you the profile of Ruskin Bond on the board. See that board, or if you have textbook, you can look at the textbook. I will read the profile of Ruskin Bond. So Ruskin Bond is an Indian author who was born on 19th May 1934. His father was an officer at Royal Air Force, and he is of a British descent. He wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, at the age of 17. Now you are in the age of 14 or 15. Okay, so at the age of 17 he wrote a small novel, and it got John Llewellyn Rice Prize in 1957. His first children's book was The Angry River. In 1992, he received the Sahitya Academy Award for his short story collection, Our Trees Still Grow in Dara. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 for his contribution to the children's literature. He got the Lifetime Achievement Award in 2017. He now lives with his adopted family in Landor near Missouri. So this is what the profile of Ruskin Bond, who is a great writer from India. So you have to study this profile of Ruskin Bond very carefully. Why? Because you will have a question of profile writing for 5 marks. So you have to give importance to 5 sentences. Which are those 5 sentences? First one is the name of that author. Then then along with that you can write his birthplace and year. So I told you, you have to use he was born, she was born, and then you can add the year and month. Okay, then you can write about his schooling if it is there. Otherwise you can go to his works. Occupation will be there given in the question. Occupation means not other works. You can write he is an author or a poet, short story writer, like that. Okay, then that is the second sentence. Then you can write about the works written by that author. After writing that, you can go to the awards one by the same author. Then next you can write about his present condition, whether he died or not. Okay, so this is what a 5-mark question. So first activity in this class is to write the profile of Ruskin Bond. You can write down that profile of Ruskin Bond in your notebook, and you have to send me through my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, then we can go to the lesson. I have already told you that this story is connected with the nature. Okay, so adventures in a banyan tree. Here the protagonist, protagonist means the main character. The author is himself is the main character in our story. It is a story taken from his own life. Okay, so nature is very important. All living beings can live in this world only by living harmony with the nature. If you destroy the nature, consequently it will affect the life of all living beings in this world. But as you know, most of the living creatures, they do not harm the earth or this nature. The one and only person who destroys, who kills everything is human being. So we have to study that we should live in harmony with nature. So this story will tell you something about the nature and the importance of nature in his life. Okay, so now you can listen my class. You can look at the board or look at the textbook and listen this story. Okay, though the house and the grounds of our home in India were grandfather's domain, the magnificent old banyan tree was mine, chiefly because grandfather at the age of 65 could no longer climb it. Grandmother used to tease him about this and would speak of a certain Countess of Desmond, an English woman who lived to the age of 117 and would have lived longer if she hadn't fallen while climbing an apple tree. The spreading branches of the banyan tree, which curved to the ground and took root again, forming a maze of arches, gave me endless pleasure. The tree was older than the house, older than grandfather, as old as the town of Dara, nestling in a valley at the foot of Himalayas. So this paragraph talks about our protagonist, our author. He spent his childhood with his grandfather and grandmother. So his grandfather was very strict. He controlled all members in that house, so that our author also had to obey him. But he was very small. His grandfather was old, so that he wanted to get free from his grandfather. For that purpose, he climbed on the banyan tree and sat there, and our grandfather couldn't go and catch him or do anything. Why? Because his grandfather was unable to climb up on the tree. So that we can say the banyan tree was the domain of whom the boy and all other places in that house were the domain of grandfather. Then his grandmother used to tease him. Teasing. Grandmother used to tease her husband, means grandfather, by saying this. Oh, why don't you climb on that? He is on the top of the banyan tree. Why don't you climb? Like that she used to ask. That question contained two important things. One, teasing. At the same time, second one is what? She talked about one Countess of Desmond who lived for 117 years. After that, what happened to him? No, she didn't have any health problems, but she died only when she tried to climb on a apple tree. So she reminded her husband or grandfather not to try to climb on the banyan tree. Why? Because he may fall down, so that will be a problem. So grandmother, by saying this, she was not only teasing but also caring her husband. Okay, then that banyan tree was very big, so he could lay on it and he observed each and everything. Let's go to the next paragraph. My first friend and familiar was a small squirrel. Arching his back, sniffing into the air, he seemed at first to resent my invasion of his privacy. So that banyan tree was the domain of whom? This squirrel. When the boy climbed on the tree, that disturbed the privacy of squirrel. So he did not come forward to the boy. Then what happened? But when he found that I did not arm myself with a catapult or an air gun, he became friendlier. Some boys may be using catapult and attacking these squirrels unnecessarily. No use. Just they are enjoying it. So the squirrel also thought this boy also will come with a catapult and attack him. But the boy was not ready to do that. So slowly or gradually, this squirrel made friends with this boy. And when I started leaving him pieces of cake and biscuit, he grew bolder and finally became familiar enough to take food from my hands. And all creatures are like that. If you go directly and talk, nobody will speak. Even small children also will not speak. They will not come and talk with us. We have to wait. We have to just play with him. And like that. Then gradually small children also will be familiar with us. Same like that, these other creatures in the nature also will do. So our boy patiently waited. He showed himself that he was not going to attack him. So the squirrel came forward and the boy started to give him biscuit and something. So this boy and our squirrel became friends. Okay. Then before long, he was delving into my pockets and helping himself to whatever he could find. He was a very young squirrel, and his friends and relatives probably thought him headstrong and foolish for trusting a human. Then our boy is saying, this squirrel, after making company with this boy, his friends and his relatives, means whose squirrels, friends and relatives, might have thought that he was headstrong. Headstrong means not obedient, disobedient. He is disobedient. We should not make company with whom human beings. Such a way other squirrels thought, but this squirrel thought not in such a way. He made company. Why? Because this boy was not harming him. Okay, so here I am going to stop. You might have got a clear idea. If you have any doubt, you can call me. I will clear it. Before winding up my class, I will give you one more work. One work I have given, that is what, writing the profile of Ruskin Bond. And then you have to attempt the side questions which are given in the textbook. And then you can see the page number 16. You have to write a letter. So we discussed about the boy and squirrel. He made a company with the squirrel. So you have to write about this company to your friend. You can imagine a name of your friend and you can write that letter by following the format which is given in the page number 16. Okay, so all of you read this lesson. Only 3 paragraphs I have taken. You can read it carefully, and some new words also there. You have to find it from either from the textbook or from dictionary, and you can write down these meanings in your notebook and make your own dictionary. Okay, so this is what the first class of English. You have to keep safe in your home. Don't go outside. If you go outside, as you know, wash your hands very clean. And also, if you meet with so many people after taking bath, you can enter your home. Be safe at home. Okay, so this is what the first class. Do the all homeworks. Okay.